What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We will also be, as you guys saw in the title, basically preparing, getting ready for the potential for another, massive major Litecoin move that could potentially happen within 2019. Otherwise, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. We are on our way to 6,500 subscribers, which is awesome. Eventually 7K, and then 10K. I'll be doing a giveaway for Crypto TV merch. Also, if you guys haven't taken advantage of the link in the description, it's basically to an app called ABRA. It's part of, I guess, the Litecoin Foundation. Litecoin, we promote it a lot. It's a really good platform to use for buying and trading cryptocurrency. And they're doing a promotion right now, so do it while, before, use it before the promotion goes away in the next month or so. Basically, it's a way for you to get free $25 worth of Bitcoin on your first $5 deposit of cryptocurrency. And I do appreciate all you guys who have used that link already. Thank you guys. So definitely take advantage of it. Check it out. Link is in the description. Furthermore, let's just jump into today's episode. So I'm on the current coin market cap, and as you guys can see, we have a market cap of 123.1 bill, a 24-hour volume of 22.9, and a market dominance of 52.3. So Bitcoin's dominance, 52.3%. What I have to say about that is we are seeing altcoins fall dramatically more at the current moment than Bitcoin is, and we're also seeing an increased 24-hour volume. 22.9% is actually quite high for what we've seen in the past couple of weeks, and we are seeing a decreasing market cap of 123. We've seen it up at 130 a couple of days ago, so we are going to see that being reflected obviously in the price. Bitcoin only down by 8%, which I know is quite a bit. Below that $4,000, I was expecting a sell-off. XRP 33 cents, down 9%, and obviously you guys can see most of the alts are down a lot more than Bitcoin is, hence why Bitcoin dominance has gone up. Coins are down double digits, 14, 15, 16, 10, 13, 12%. Litecoin's still in the number 7 spot, still holding a $2 billion market cap, which is quite interesting due to the fact that the price is only $33.98. It did lose its position to Stellar Lumens, so we'll see if we can, break past Stellar Lumens once again when we see a reverse in the market. These double-digit negative, red zone, they're not here to stay. It's not permanent. Yes, it does look awful to see, coins down 20%, 15%. Nobody wants to see that, but it was expected. It was anticipated. I did discuss it in my other videos as to why I did sell off Litecoin at $39.40 because I was anticipating some sort of retracement back downwards. Some of you guys agreed with me, some of you guys disagreed, but here it is, and it broke bearish. So I did want to just show you guys not some articles, or not an article, but some articles. Basically, I just did a quick search. I wanted to see what people are thinking about within 2019, kind of hear what's out there, what news is there. So I just did a quick Google search, typed in Bitcoin news, and I wanted to see, what exactly people are talking about. So just looking at here, I want to know your guys' feedback in the comments below as to what this is going to reflect. Bitcoin price will tank below 3,000, says traders who predict mass sell-off. That's on CCN, Crypto Coin News. We have crypto markets trade sideways as Bitcoin forms new trading range. That says semi-positive. Bitcoin investor who lost 1 million. Crypto still a good, still a force for good. CCN, that's kind of irrelevant. But then we see Bitcoin price dangerously close to GTFO level. Analyst Mark Dow. So another bearish, FUD spreading thing. Bitcoin whales resurfacing may mean rough seas are ahead for traders. Crypto market won't recover anytime soon. 20,000 Bitcoin price was an anomaly, which we do, understand. And we see Coinbase is pivoting away from Wall Street crypto push. So, for the most part, what I am getting and understanding is we are seeing a lot of FUD being spread on big news and media outlets, which, definitely plays a role in where the price decides to go. When we do see a lot of FUD, it does influence markets, and it does influence people to either want to buy into crypto or to sell off into crypto. And these are just, internet blogs. Once we start getting more so onto the television, that's when we can, really see what exactly the media has on the people and their role on people's influence within the market. And we've seen, the $20,000 Bitcoin was clearly based off of, manipulation of retail, not necessarily retail, but of consumers. When we see big media stations, hyping up Bitcoin, and when you see, the number 2 or the number 1 app for 2018 was Coinbase, and you see it there, it drives people to download it and to invest a little bit, a spare change or a lot of money. And some people lost a lot, some people made some, they got in at the right time, they sold out at the right time. Others, had an issue and they sold off, when it was too late or not at all, and they're still holding on. They bought in at the wrong time. But, discussing that, I want to, shift our focus now onto Litecoin and the title. When's going to be the next major bull run? That's the biggest question we got to ask ourselves. Is it going to happen? What exactly are we referring to right now as the bull run? Do we look at things like, are we going to see what we saw in end of 2017, early 2018? Are we going to see that again? Is the next bull run going to be that high? So, my personal opinion on this, I don't think we're going to see some major blast off to, that price. I don't think Litecoin's going to go up to $400 at the same time period that we saw it in 2017. But I do think we are going to head up to that level in the future. I do think it's just going to take some time. Looking at Litecoin on its 4-hour, we did see again some sideways manipulation. We saw some sideways trading, low volume. We did break through that 4-hour high-low MMA. It's currently acting as a resistance, and we did actually fall quite a bit. We fell actually all the way down to $30. I was telling you guys I bought at 27, so basically right down, even lower actually. We're looking at this on the 4-hour, but I sold off right at the top here where I saw a lot of resistance. But due to the fact that we did retest the high-low MMA, and due to the fact that we did just fall down to like $30, you guys can notice that we are becoming overbought now on Litecoin's 4-hour RSI. And what I've noticed is we do tend to, when we become like overbought, we usually tank right after. You can see, and that's not really a good representation. We've had this in the past where we're overbought, but we didn't tank after. This was a good, observation, and you can see it's kind of repeating itself here. So I do think the price is going to slowly rise up again and potentially break through, the $39, $40 resistance that we've had here. I think this is about the lowest it's going to go, and then I do think we're going to, pull back upwards. Last time we were oversold, we were down at the price level of, wow, pretty low. We were selling at $22, and when we became overbought again, the price was up at $30. So 22 to 30 is a pretty big leap, $8 jump. That does, include some profits if you guys tracked it. So I do think we're currently overbought now. I do think if you bought in at $30 back here and you made out, you would make out on the good price. I actually did buy back in. I bought into Bitcoin this time, and I'll explain why, but I do think this is the lowest. I do think we're going to head up fairly soon. Being overbought on Litecoin on its 4-hour is a good indicator that we're going to go back upwards. Reason I sold off at 39 is, you can see, not only did we have a resistance at $39, $40, we also had this high-low MMA that we retested, and it's a lot of downwards pressure, and I was anticipating a pullback. It seems like we are breaking bearish from the ascending triangle. It doesn't seem, we did break bullish at first, right here we broke bullish, and whether we want to continue the ascending triangle or not, it does seem like we just shot up quite a bit, hit resistance, and fell down to previous support, and we're now again going to have another resistance level at around $33. That's going to be a resistance. Unfortunately, we did not hold support here. We fell lower. You can see we caught it yesterday, but today we fell below it, so that's bad news. We're going to now have to retest $33 once again and try to break that obstacle and hurdle. You can see how long that took in the past. You can also see that we are at 46 on the RSI in terms of the daily, so it does give us potential to move up once again, and I do think we will fairly soon. I do think getting above $33 is definitely next, and then we could see a retest of $39, $40 in the near future. Bitcoin on its daily, it looks okay. You guys can see we were trading sideways, and we're currently using a support right here. Let me just zoom up or pull it up. You can see that we were trading sideways, and we're kind of hovering at this price level. There's not really much going on, actually. It doesn't seem like there was much movement at all. Sorry for if my lines look a little different. Again, I had to restart Google Chrome, always giving me trouble. You can see we were hanging out on the high-low MMA. We were overbought and currently sunk back down to being oversold now. Currently being oversold on Bitcoin's 4-hour does give me an indication this is about rock bottom that we're going to go, 3640. It's also our support level, so I really don't think we're going to get much lower than this. I think this is about it. I do think we're going to shoot up tomorrow and retest 38.36, and you know, we're going to see like a $200 plus jump, and then if we can break through that, we're going to see definitely another test of that $4,000 zone, which is a huge resistance of its own. You can see how many times in the past it's retested that, and we had, you know, numerous days, January 6th all the way to January 10th, 4 days of just sideways trading, no volume, and that is why we broke bearish from that. Moving on though to Ethereum, you guys can see a beautiful ascending triangle and huge resistance at 157, similar to Litecoin. And we broke bearish from it. We broke bearish from the ascending triangle, hit the high-low MMA. You know, that's a lot of pressure. This, you know, resistance line at 160, a lot of pressure, and it broke down bearish. I don't think that's going to be the end. I do think we're going to move up once again. I do think we're going to retest. We're going to keep retesting 160 until we clear it. I do think the high-low MMA is probably going to have to come, you know, below the 160 level, so it can be easier to break through the high-low MMA, you know, separately from this resistance line. So I do think this is going to pull back down in the next couple of days, and then we're going to be able to break through the high-low MMA and eventually break through the 160 level. It's just going to take some time, but it was definitely anticipated. That is why I sold off where I did. Hopefully you guys are understanding now. And then lastly, to wrap up today's episode, you guys will notice that XRP was trading sideways for quite some time now, from 18th of December all the way to January 9th. That's about 4 weeks, 3 weeks. A lot of no volume sideways trading. These prices really didn't really fluctuate that much at all. And then we clearly saw we got hit of volume, and then we broke bearish from that. I think, do we have the volume? Yeah, we do have volume on here. You can see the giant spike and the decrease in volume. You can see how quickly we flatlined out in terms of the volume. Practically no trading at all. Market cap was still fairly nice, fairly high, but the volume was extremely low, and that led to a sell-off, a bearish move, and we fell right back down to, I guess, a previous support right here. You can see basically similar to the wicks of the previous candles back on December 27th. So I do think, again, sideways trading is what's in store. 4-hour is also nearing oversold. So I do think with all these coins tomorrow, we are going to see a day of green. So look forward to that. And I did, like I said, I did buy a little bit of Bitcoin because Bitcoin seems to be the most oversold. So do with that as you will. But otherwise, that's going to sum up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Make sure to check out the ABRA app, link in the description. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.